going to be on today at all?
She said
Uh,
6:30, but she might be late, a little late.
Oh,
What
okay.
what what's her 6:30?
Should be getting home around 6:30, unless we're grabbing dinner.
she's in the same time zone as Joe, so now.
Now, like
Okay.
5 minutes ago now.
Yeah.
Um, so it doesn't make a difference because she wasn't here last week anyways. So she's
I
not
pinged her.
online, so I don't. You're not gonna get a response from her.
Well, she
Maybe,
was
maybe
probably
not.
She's always on her
so she
phone.
might be online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then,
Yeah, just because it says offline doesn't mean that they're necessarily offline. They could be
So-
hidden.
just to recap, last session you guys killed the devil. That's basically it. You're welcome. So just to get us started off. So after the devil falls, Praxin is actually, where is he on the map right now? He's over here. Okay, good. Praxin is breathing heavy. He looks tired, and he looks to the rest of you. Are all of you all right? Do we need to heal?
Yes.
Yes, we need to heal.
I need to sit down.
And he looks at the rogue on top of the devil and says, "You better come down here. We need to speak." Which Silent does come, and they go off to the side and speak privately. And you guys can do your thing that you need to do, which is healing. I'm gonna let that happen first.
Are we taking a short rest? Is that what?
Yeah, that's what this would be.
Joe, I don't remember what we decided. Do I need a short or long to do the thing? Long.
I think
Long.
short one.
Long.
Okay.
You need one.
Okay.
But I can do my health, my next level health.
Also, it's
Right.
it's not going to be like you have to have uninterrupted long rest. It has to be a full 8 hours for it to happen. Also, I will make you make rules for it because I like doing that anyways. So at the end of the short rest, do whatever healing you need to do. Make the hit die go up, or use your healing spells, whatever. The devil body is actually, it has a symbol under it. Like it's a slightly pulsating symbol that you guys saw originally from when Braxton actually sealed it in the throne room earlier the other day. Because at this point it's early morning. It's like 5 o'clock. You guys have been fighting for a while. The rest of the guards are also off to the side, doing their thing that they need to do. And this guy, yeah, he's over here, talking with Baron. Because he's actually awake for once. Oh, I forgot he's really big. Derp. Oh well. And Dylan, you can just be off to the side with the rest of your group as well if you'd like. But the devil actually starts to dissolve. Like his skin starts to boil, and his skin starts to peel away and look just rapidly aging and decaying, and just it's getting disgusting. Kind of like how like in Attack on Titan the Titans basically decay and I forget what it's actually called, but they dissolve basically. And this happens for about like 5-10 minutes, and then all of you hear this like high pitched kind of like an echoey shout kind of thing, and it's just continuously over and over and over, and it gets to the point where all of you are just holding the sides of your head. It's so loud and obnoxiously abhorrent, and Praxin is like not vibrating, but like shaking from the noise, and cannot physically move. And the rest of the guards are also holding their the sides of their heads, and their weapons fall to the ground, and their shields fall to the ground. And you see from the devil's decaying chest this very bright, shimmery figure rise from the center of it, and it looks like the devil, but sort of like his soul, but it's weird. Like it's like he's a ghost kind of thing, and in a very monotone voice, he says, "I am not done with you yet." And he reaches over with his long clawed hand and just plucks Paraxin from the middle of the room. And he's dragged over to where the body lies. And the symbol shatters. The stone floor under it shatters. Everything around it just disintegrates almost instantly. And where there once was a floor and the symbol, there is now a portal. And the soul and the body both start to fall in, and Paraxin's body not crumples, but like folds over on itself. And the claw isn't holding his body, it's in his body. And with a retch, his soul is ripped from his body, and they both go into the portal, and the portal closes.
Oh shit.
Oh
I'm
shit.
feeling, oh well. And Paraxin falls to the floor unconscious. He's out. And as he falls to the floor, you see his once young appearance that was gifted to him just disappear. Like his face ages rapidly. His beard grows back almost instantly. His hair becomes long and bedraggled. And his hands and arms become wrinkled and age fast. His nails become dirty and grimy. His legs start to shrivel slightly, and his stomach, which was once kind of toned and muscled, becomes port belly again. His staff, which also was affected, now becomes gnarled and broken and burnt almost looking. And his robes go from being fine and neatly kept to being tattered, torn, and covered in dust and dirt. And he falls onto his back and is unconscious.
And does he look alive?
You cannot tell from where you are.
Okay,
You
I'm
have to
gonna
go
get
up and
closer then.
talk to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that precisely.
Yeah, it would be a medicine check to see if he's alive.
Okay.
I'll make that too.
Okay. I'm gonna help her for now. So,
We can't do anything about it, guys. He died in the cutscene.
He died in a cutscene. No.
Is there a way to save
Flashbacks to
Aerith?
Final Fantasy.
What'd you say, Nick? What'd you say?
No, it's trying to find a way to save Aerith.
Uh,
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yeah. I got it now. I got the joke. Yeah, with 21, he isn't dead. He still has warmth. His heart is still beating, but he isn't breathing. You can't tell if there's bleeding anywhere, and it just feels like there is no energy. Like he's just not there. His heart is beating, but that's it.
So he's just stable.
It's kind of like he's in a coma.
Oh boy.
Also, I'll be right back. I'll still be able to hear you guys. I won't be able to respond. I just gotta do something real quick.
Not if you
I have to
yell
get my dice.
really loud. That's
My god, my dog is crying.
Theodore just got a notebook out and he's writing in it at the speed of light. With wide eyes.
Do we get our spells and stuff from a level up on a short rest?
I don't know. He's
I don't know.
really squirrely about leveling up rules, isn't he?
Yes.
I've got the worst because I'm all my stuff is creation based, so I have to make sure to ask him every time. All right, how do I get this?
I'm sure we're gonna get a long rest or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's the difference
Never
between
nice.
me having 0 spells and me having 2 spells.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I got an extra attack now. I can
mean,
hit
Me
again.
too.
I asked him if
Okay.
I could roll my 6
Okay,
level
back.
health, and I just.
And
was
yeah,
Oh, and I can
so
stun-
You do get your level up immediately after the short rest. So now you guys
Fantastic.
are level 5 and 6 for Piotr.
Let me roll some health real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna try to carry Peraxon like over my shoulder.
Okay, make a strength check to see if you pick
Lift
him
him up. Okay. That's 15.
You pick him up. He's pretty light actually.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to see what the group does.
I'm
Okay.
gonna do.
Well, as you guys are doing your thing to make sure that Braxton's okay, Silence slips off to the side, and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't because he can't speak. You guys don't notice him. He just disappears. You also don't know what happened to Dylan and his group. You don't see them anywhere in the room.
Ooh, can I do a thing that I wanted to do while everyone was doing the Praxton thing my character didn't pay attention to and just say that it happened then and do it now?
Yeah, you can do that now.
I
Because
wanted to
there
go
was
up to
short
the
rest.
Jester.
Okay.
During the short
Oh.
rest, I'm also gonna infuse magic.
Okay,
with-
yeah, go up to the Jester.
So I go up to the Jester and I want to make a deception check saying, "Oh my God, you did it! You did it! You killed him!"
Okay, make that deception check, yo.
Ooh. Oh. I have a
Guess
plus
what?
8 and I got a 13.
Guess what? He didn't roll very high either, so yeah, he totally thinks that he killed that devil. He's like, oh my god, I'm amazing. I'm the greatest person ever.
Yeah, you did it, buddy. Go you.
Okay,
Oh, you
and
created a
also,
monster.
before we continue, while I'm carrying Peraxon over my shoulder, I'm not doing this hidden or anything, but I wanna look for the deck he has, the deck of cards.
It's not in
Oh,
his
of
roll.
course.
Okay.
We have our priorities straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Loot the body.
The body, even though it's totally not dead.
Hey, better us than other people, like Drunkard.
Yup,
Okay.
and we've learned well. So, where are you intending to bring him?
I don't have, I don't know. I'm just gonna, I don't know, move him next to the Baron.
Okay, well, as you actually approach the Baron is actually he wouldn't be standing; he'd be over in a chair somewhere, talking to the guard captain. And after seeing this, the Baron is speaking to the captain more hurriedly now, and he sees you approach. He doesn't speak. He seems very weak and almost like I don't know if you've seen it, but in Lord of the Rings when
Theoden.
Theoden is old and decrepit from Wormtongue, that's basically what he looks like. But that's actually what he looks like.
You have no power here.
Yeah, that whole thing. But he is actually that. He's that old, and you just by looking at him, he seems like he's beyond his years at this point. Like he shouldn't be living this long. And the guard captain turns to you and says, "We can take care of him, but we don't know what just happened. It looked as if he was. I don't even know what that was. That was very weird. We just recently learned that he was the devil, or not the devil, a devil, and we didn't know what to do. I'm sorry that we couldn't help him, but we can take care of him here in the fortress. We'll make sure that the Baron pays for all of the necessities that he needs, but I suggest that you leave him in our care."
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
If
So-
someone is taking him from me, I will
Yeah,
let them.
it's a couple guards come up to you and they take Braxton's unconscious body from you, and they carry him off to the hallway that you guys actually just came from. and they close the door behind them. So for now, Phyrexian is unconscious. The Baron actually speaks up now in a very wheezy and kind of, like that whole stereotypical old man, get off my lawn, you damn kids kind of voice. I'm not going to do it because I'm sick and I don't know if I can do the voices tonight. Yeah, that. I suggest all of you get some rest tonight. You've had a long night. For now, we'll rest. In the morning, we'll reconvene and discuss our options.
Go to bed, punks.
Yeah, go to bed, you rotten kids. Even though one of you is older than me. Anyways.
Yeah, but he's still very young.
In terms of...
I'm relatively young.
For your race, yes. Anyways, so Lissy, Lissy's character, Fracas, is just next to Darhana, speaking to her. She isn't saying anything to the rest of you guys. She's just minding her own business.
She's sad about her butler going down.
Yeah, she's sad, not happy.
So is like the devil's body like dissolving, or is it like?
It is gone
ash?
now. It fell into the
Okay.
portal with Phyrexian in his soul.
Okay.
So,
Pretty much.
yep.
Is about as gone can be.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we speaking tomorrow, Baron?
Yeah. At this point, he's already dozed off.
Oh.
Like after saying that, he just passed out.
Okay, so can we get some rooms or something? I say to the captain.
Well, don't we?
I believe you guys are already staying in the inn in the fortress.
Yeah, we
Phyrexian's, consent.
yeah,
That's true.
we still
You guys
have.
are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. What may we call you for now? So we know who to address our messages to.
I'll walk up at this one and be like, we haven't really thought of a group name.
We're just kind of a
Yeah, we're just kind of a group of people.
bunch of people.
That's not fitting. You'll have to think of something soon. We'll just address it to the heroes for now.
That sounds cool.
Close enough. Good enough.
Good enough.
Definitely have to
It's
work
good
on
enough,
something.
whatever.
The guys, the end.
The guys that stole the thing. So yeah, you guys can go back to the inn now. It's late in the, well, actually early in the morning now. You can see off in the horizon. You can see light starting to come up. You guys have been up literally all night. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna go lie
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably want to go get some sleep.
That sounds like a good idea.
Thing happened.
Would not sleeping do anything besides deny me of my stuff for a long rest? Because I don't have anything that benefits.
No, you're fine.
Then I do not go to sleep. I go and sit at the bar and drink.
I mean, you get a point of exhaustion, but you would have gotten it anyways from staying up past 3 a.m.
Well, okay.
He's not the only one getting exhaustion points today.
Yup. But that'll go away with the next night of sleep. So you should be,
Okay,
nothing's
so-
gonna happen in your immediate time. Don't worry about it.
Well, then I go and drink at the bar.
So we make our way to the inn.
The guy at the bar actually says, because you said that you're gonna try and go to the bar. I'm pretty sure you're a little too young for this. You look like a little kid.
I'm a halfling, you racist twat. Give me a drink.
All right. You got the gold for it, and you just do your thing. So what were you saying, Ekris?
No, that I'm gonna make my way back to the inn. I don't know if anyone else will.
Yeah. Make
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going back.
And then I'm
Yeah.
going
lie down.
you got no more direction now. You're just kind of doing your thing.
Yeah.
So you guys go back to the inn and you do the thing that you need to do.
That thing is called sleeping.
Yeah, that thing is sleeping and or meditating or whatever.
Drinking.
And unless you guys want to do something before we skip to when the messenger comes to get you.
I would like to make some checks, please.
All right, sweet. I was assuming that you were going to be doing that anyways, but
All night.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Um,
before we go, can I check Paraxon's room in the inn?
He is not there.
No, I mean the room that he was staying in.
no. If you try and go in there, the guards will stop you.
Okay.
Yeah, no shit, he's not in there.
Yeah, no shit, he's not in the inn room, dummy. They're not allowing you in.
Yeah, I was. If I wanted, I don't know. If I wanted to know more about the demon, devil, or whatever that we just fought, we may, Paraxon may have something with him, right? Who should I ask about that?
Probably Paraxon.
Besides him.
When you were checking his body to see whether or not he had the deck of many things, you didn't really see much on him.
Yeah, he
You
was
saw a bag.
light.
That's about it.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I got this.
So, you could ask like, "Oh yeah, can I loot his body?" But you probably don't want to do that.
That was not the point.
Slight suggestion: don't do that.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys go back to the inn. You get your night's sleep, except for Piotr, who gets a point of exhaustion, and make a what would this technically be?
Tinker.
Yeah, I guess it would be Tinker. Yeah.
Got the
Make
tools.
your tinker check with your tools and your dexterous fingers.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out, do I have anything on this sheet
I
that
don't think you actually.
enhance my chances?
Brackus is just gonna wreck her room because
Yeah, I figured so.
Oh, and I just for flavor, anybody who's got the rooms besides mine, is
You're gonna
have,
hear
is,
some shit
is
tonight.
gonna have some trouble sleeping.
I'm pretty sure you gave me your room and I'm at the bar. So it's
No, I give you my room and I'm taking.
Oh,
over.
it was you. Well,
Yeah,
never
it
mind.
was him.
And I take my room back.
Like
Slide the
Piotr would give you his room.
Yeah, excuse. I just remember that
No, I
he
need
didn't.
my
I think he
room.
stayed up drinking.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Anyways, we'll say it was Paraxon's room next to Piotr. So no one is next to you.
Damn it.
The guard.
All
or
right,
maybe
well-
Brackus should have been with.
That Paraxon is back at the fortress where you guys aren't staying. You guys are staying at the inn.
So, much like some countries still, the people in some countries still do, I take some meth before I get
Awesome.
started working.
Okay.
Like a good
Roll
Korean. one.
Constitution check.
You
Well,
mean
not
my
real
entire
meth,
sleep.
but I drink a quick
Okay,
boots bottle.
I was gonna say like
No, I drink a quick
you're
boots bottle
taking meth.
because it
You're gonna have
has
to make
no-
a check.
It may just be flavor wise, but I drink a quick boots bottle because it's basically meth and it'll keep me awake
I mean, sure.
and I'll feel a little bit more focused.
You need that caffeine, yo.
Yeah. So it's not caffeine, I'll say that. I guarantee
Yeah, it's closer
you
to
that
meth.
the quick boots bottle is just liquid amphetamines.
All right.
But
Yeah.
man, my system is tailored to it, sir.
Sure it is.
Yes.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to make it in the allotted time, and yeah, you're fine. You got your thing, bro.
At which point the room under me starts to hear noise.
Who starts to hear noise?
The room under me.
Oh yeah. That would be the the tavern
Floorboard.
part of the.
So me and
Floorboards start creaking a little bit.
I think they're used to it.
You guys will see it in the morning. But speaking of
Yeah.
which,
Yeah, you will.
after your 8 hours of sleep and your not 8 hours of sleep,
Oh, real quick. I meant to ask
Yes?
you this between sessions, but I keep forgetting, and I know I'm not going to remember it when we get done. Do you need /want? Do you have /want a generic tavern map?
sure, not now though.
Well, I mean, I could just put it in the thing
I mean, you could.
in the art
I'm not
dump.
going to use it right now
That's fine.
because it would take time, and I don't have time.
The way you do it.
I don't
maybe.
want to be. Anyways, off topic. So you guys wake up, you get your breakfast, or in this case, brunchin or lunch at this point. And you, Dylan, you have a point of exhaustion. You're very tired. You feel as though you're about to pass out at any moment. But you're also a little bit drunk still from drinking all quote unquote morning.
Oh, I infused.
you guys-
I used infused magic the same way I did before again.
I'd also like to point out that I'm pretty openly crying.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're
And around we'll say like noon-ish,
Well, come up
noon or
with
1 o'clock. The guard actually walks up, or not walks up, but walks into the tavern and hands you all a message, stating that you are needed at the fortress. In other words, the Baron is calling for a meeting.
Okay, so shall we get going there?
Let's go.
May as well.
There's a moment where everybody's like in the bar or something.
So, as you guys are about to leave, the group of little sneaky thieves walks up to you. Dylan is still at the bar, I assume. But
Yep. Right.
Silence actually speaks out loud, which you had not heard up until this point, and says, "Pardon me. We were originally here on a mission for one of our clientele, and our mission was successful. We were able to do what we were sent here to do. However, we are not at the means of helping our young one. We actually would prefer if you and Paraxin were able to help us in this. Your group is, I wouldn't say in need, but you could probably at one point use him for whatever needs that you may have, opening doors and the such. And I'm sure his skills will be proven to you. But for now, I ask you, help him. He points to Dylan at the bar and says he is not doing great.
We can see it.
Oh shit! You can talk.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep it a secret for a very long time, and things have changed. So that secret is out. Yes, I can speak.
Mm.
It kind of hurts. I haven't done it in a few decades.
Oh,
I guess.
mean,
the
I
kids
guess
can help
so.
with this.
I don't know
What'd
if
you say?
Paraxin can help them, but I
Joanna?
guess we could try.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, that. It's unfortunate, but he's a tough man. He'll pull it around, right?
We can only hope.
We'll see.
it's a little unnerving.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. And he turns to speak to his other compatriots and says, "We'll be leaving tonight. He will be staying here. It's up to you if you wish to actually take him. Try to be cordial. He's not taking this well." And they go back to their little area in this onto the side, one of the booths.
So, I think there's like a bunch of loud crashing sounds coming from the staircase,
Yep.
and then I like flop out into the tavern.
Hmm.
Okay, it is not good with stairs just yet. I will have to figure out. And Piotr's just looking. He's got like a crazed look in his eyes. He has not slept a fucking second. And then he like crawls out of the way, like scrambles out of the way, and a big metal thing just falls down the rest of the stairs. And when it stands up, can I just drag this picture in here? No,
Yes,
I
you
can't.
can. Yes,
I mean,
you can.
I can drag the one off my sheet, but that's just the token. I kind of want
Well,
to.
you know, upload it
Yeah.
because I actually do want people to see it. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. And by kind of, I mean it's actually really, really, really fucking cool.
Yeah, this is amazing fun. We will see.
I also imagine that you haven't like. Well, I guess we did take that short rest number.
No, this was long rest.
Yeah, this was
It took
No,
him
but
4 hours to
him
make
just
this.
like
I can't
having his
make it big.
bandages just like
Make
it big.
What is that?
Joe,
Oh.
make it big.
Where is it? I
Joe,
don't actually
please.
see it.
It's in the carpet.
Oh yeah, it's
It's here.
It's,
Ah, there it is.
Joe, make it
I
big.
see it. Yep, shut up. That's his pet.
oh,
Oh Jesus,
Oh, that looks cool.
I was zoomed in really. really
Chainsaws for
far.
teeth.
dude, it's like
Are those
Metal Wolf.
chainsaws for teeth?
No.
No,
Yes.
maybe.
No. No.
We don't know yet.
It's no.
I
no,
sure hope so.
It's not, they're
holy
not.
shit. What is
No.
that?
Razor
It's serrated.
That's a saber tooth, my friend.
But that's basically what I say when he comes down the stairs.
Zaman boy. Stand it up. Stop falling down. You make a mess of yourself.
Pierre,
Um,
did you make that?
What?
Did
oh,
you make
hello.
this?
Good morning. Yes. It is all I did.
Wow.
I kind of go over.
I won't deny it's kind of impressive what happens when you get dedicated to something.
The saber tooth. He doesn't respond to you poking, but
Just not.
it doesn't seem to respond to much actually.
Exactly. When it just stands there, it looks like a statue. There's no. I mean, there's like faint mechanical ticking noises, but other than that, it does not
By the
move
way,
at all.
that part on the bottom, like the
engine's not there. That's
Yeah,
not a
not
thing.
there. That's not
There's
a
no
thing.
weird furnace stomach thing. Because
No-
just as
no
just
cyberpunk.
just as it looks too modern, which
He
is.
breathes
You
fire.
need steampunk?
Breathes fire.
Well, I mean,
Cyberpunk is a thing.
I know,
yeah,
but
it's
I
not-
be more
did mean
steampunk.
steampunk, but cyberpunk is a thing.
yeah.
yeah, it's just the wrong.
It's a game or something. Okay.
Yeah, it's also fun. So at this point, you guys, after recalibrating yourself to being more open to this fact that he made a thing, it's cool. Apparently, it's named Boy. You guys start heading back towards the fortress.
I'm gonna just, hey, kid, you want to come with us?
Okay.
I just
That's the
go,
Jeeves.
Yeah. I just get up and go with. After
Alright.
Okay.
still kind of openly crying.
I'm gonna shrink him down, by the way. I'm gonna start
You're
deleting some of
pressing
this
him.
stuff.
He should be large. He's beautiful.
It is
Large and majestic.
Compressing. Compressing.
It is large. That is the other thing. So now you have made it too small.
Oh, I made it too big or too small.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's four tiles, not one.
4? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
no,
size
that's-
large.
Large.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so, like, how big is it? Like, is it like 10
It's
feet
the size of
long?
the saber cat. Like a horse. I don't know. It's,
Yeah, I've
it'll-
never seen
it'll
one of
Yeah, I've
take
never
up-
seen a saber cat.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. It'll take up the space of like a horse, but like
Okay, a
about-
horse is something I can work
it's like a slightly larger than normal lion. I would say would be the size.
So like a lion and a horse baby. Got it.
Well, no. I mean, it's just-
A lorse.
I've already put the imagery in my head and it's too late.
It's not going away.
So you guys come up to the fortress,
Or foreign.
and the guards at the gate are shocked to see what they see, and are not accustomed to seeing these large metal beasts.
They,
And they ready their weapons, not knowing
Oh
what the heck
god,
it is.
there's a mummy riding a saber-tooth tiger.
I don't know if they're gonna let
Basically.
them go.
It's just a.
But we're the
I mean, unless you say something about the giant metal thing that's stalking up towards them,
I hop
they're going to
off.
attack it.
I hop off. And I
Okay,
wait for it to stop. I say,
It's
Damovoy sits.
it's it.
And then I walk inside. And I leave it there.
well. I mean,
It's fine, ignore it. He won't even move.
And they nervously just poke it, and it doesn't do anything. It's all right.
I just just talking in like half sentences.
Poke it with a stick. All right, so you guys walk into the main. Sorry, I'm really gassy today. I don't know why. You guys walk into the main throne room, and the Baron is up on his little throne there, or little giant. And there aren't any guards in here actually. It's just him and the guard captain and the one lord, along with the jester, who has a shit-eating grin on his face, like he is the man. And the Baron, in a weak voice, says, "Oh, good, you're all awake. I sent for you about an hour ago. I was wondering when you guys were going to get here. We have some things to attend to. Most importantly, Paraxon's unconscious. I just don't know what to do about that." And he falls asleep again. And
love it.
well, the Lord that actually is standing, or not standing, but like sitting / leaning off to the side of the throne, speaks up and says, I'm the Baron's speaker for when he is like this. Praxon usually does this. I'm just a court, what do you call them? Like a clerk, I guess you could say. He says, the Baron would like to apologize for the inconvenience that you had to deal with last night. Most importantly, he wants to congratulate you for both defending him and the fortress. There are other matters at hand. We had heard from Paraxon that Azog has returned. Unfortunately, there isn't much we can do. We can send ravens to the other baronies, both to the east and the west. But again, we don't have a lot of time. Unless we have some way of repairing the fortress, which there is none, then there is no snowball's chance in hell that we're going to be able to defend this fortress. The Baron, as old as he is, doesn't have a lot of experience when it comes to wartime. I'm just a clerk. I work here as a side job, I guess you could say. I don't do much in the way of war. I don't know strategy. I'm not good for this kind of stuff. And at this point, the captain is walking up and speaking to the clerk in his ear. He's not saying anything directly to you guys. He's just speaking to the clerk. And at this point, the Baron actually wakes up again, and he says, "Oh, what happened? Oh, I must have dozed off again. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. The damn thing kept me up a lot. I'm old."
Yeah, we know
Duly noted.
And he falls asleep again. The clerk says, "Forgive him.
He's old.
He's slipping in his he's slipping in his later years, and that's been happening a lot more lately. But this is our captain of the guard, and he and another were both the main advisors to the throne. But it would seem one of them had fallen under the sway of that damned creature, and he was slain last night. We
So-
don't have time to replace him, so for now, this captain is the entire captain of the guard that we have here. He will help you with any kind of strategy you might have.
Well, we did have a plan.
And the captain's perks up a little bit and says, "And what might that be?"
We're going to head to the northeast. There's from what I understand, a significant city of one of the other baronies up that way. We're going to we're going to approach them and ask for supplies to be sent here, and the hopes that there would be enough supplies arriving within just enough time to hopefully strengthen the hold for a time.
How are you going to be able to acquire these supplies? Supplies are expensive.
Well, Praxon was originally supposed to be along for that.
I mean, our
There's
budget is. Go ahead.
There's no hopes of defending this. I think your guard would be better helping or assisting the next vulnerable point along their track. Because there's no hope in us getting wiped out here.
We've
We're
all
just going to keep moving.
we've already sent word to the villages of this barony to evacuate.
Interesting. We had discussed contingency plans for something like this happening. Not on this kind of scale, but the villagers will be able to spread the word amongst themselves. They'll be able to warn each other and get out in time. But if we abandon this fortress, then there is no telling what kind of mischief they can get up to. Also, hi, Letzi. I just
You're a
realized
little
that
late.
she's in here. Yeah, I've been looking at the map, so whatever. Kill me.
Then should we scuttle the fortress?
If we abandon this fortress, then the orcs would be free to invade into the southern lands, and we would not be able to keep track of their movements. Basically, there is a border that lies in the north between the south and the rest of the orc territories of the forest. More specifically, these barons that we control and that we defend have been our first and only line of defense for the rest of the south. Granted, that's where almost all of the funds, all of the supplies, all of the armies are located. We have a very small amount of defense in the north. That's where most of the peasants are in the north. Most of the farms, the quote unquote necessities for life in the south are also in the north. So really, the defense isn't here to take care of that. It's to take care of the needs of the south. So if we abandon this fortress, it'll be as if like we're abandoning the rest of the empire. At some point, yes, we will have to abandon this fortress, most likely when we all die, or once reinforcements from another citadel reach here within probably another month or so.
No, but in a month it's gonna be too late for.
Yeah, they're gonna be
this
here in a
for
month.
they're gonna be
Yes.
here before a month. They're gonna be here in
I think it was what, 3 weeks?
at
Yeah,
most.
when you guys teleported, it would take them about 3 weeks to get to this fortress. And it's been about 4 days since then.
So we
Like,
have,
this is-
what,
this is
17 days?
We've got about
17 days is
2.5 weeks. Right
So
about.
you have 2.5 weeks. The guard captain actually speaks up, and that means that we need to buy the army that is coming this way if you are sending word to the other baronies. We need to keep them here for 2 more weeks to get them here. So I don't know how long we could actually hold them with the tiny force that we have here. How many did you say there were?
Way
I don't
too
know,
many.
A few thousands, maybe.
Enough that their ballista fire was visible and
They have a
easily
giant,
noticed from a great distance.
they have a giant 50-foot behemoth.
That too.
They have a behemoth.
Or some
It
Yeah, that-
appears to be
Azog
a
has
golem.
behemoth?
a giant construct of some sort.
Oh,
Great. So
I think that will
Azog
knock over
riding
the
a
wolf.
giant.
I think they have several of those things.
I don't think there's enough money in the history of the world to buy the reinforcements we'll need for this.
I mean, we can try and strengthen the guard and strengthen the fortress's defenses, but we need supplies for that.
How
And
many
we don't
guard
have
do
the
you have?
budget to buy all of that.
What kind of budget are you talking about?
Budget as in like taxes that they receive from the barony itself.
How much money would it take to strengthen the place up?
Have you seen the state of this fortress?
How much money would it take to strengthen the place up?
He
Ask
says
for a number.
maybe roughly 60,000.
That's a lot, but I mean, you
Guys,
gotta do something.
guys, we have that much.
I know,
We
but I
do.
don't
We
know.
do have the money, but
I want to know.
Wait, did
He
you
doesn't.
just say you had
I
the
didn't
money?
say anything out
We
loud,
do.
out of character.
well,
Whoa! You have,
Durhana said that.
you have
Saying it.
60,000 gold?
I do. But if we're just going, I don't see the point. If we either allow them to slaughter us and then take this place, or we move and add our forces to another. Like I don't. If we're gonna accept that they're gonna slaughter us all anyways, I don't understand why we are taking the time.
All right.
To...
So originally, someone had asked how many guards there are in the fortress.
Yeah.
We have roughly 400 men.
That's a good amount.
That's not that little, yeah.
In comparison to a few thousand, it's not.
We have
In a
six.
comparison to a few
So
thousand,
6 people. 7.
it's no. We're far too undermanned.
Yeah.
We could-
I'm
we
thinking
could
we set the
send-
trap.
We could send word to the border patrols, meaning like there are roads that run all throughout the baronies, and there are patrols that walk those. If word is sent to all of them, then they could respond. They could all march and help on the fortress as well.
How many could we expect to receive from Border Patrol?
I mean, it depends on how many are out during this time of year. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I've made a calendar,
Yeah.
and it's about mid-spring. It says around this time of year, there's usually about 6 or 7 patrols, and each patrol is about 30 men, which would be a couple hundred more.
So 600.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
Guys, we're never gonna have enough. But what are we gonna do?
It all depends on how you want to approach it. Do you
But
want
the
to
thing,
do?
but the thing is that if we send word to the highway patrols, they could send word to more patrols throughout the other baronies, and they could get here a lot faster than an army that is several thousand men strong.
Where's the largest defended place here in the north?
That would be Cliffkeep.
Cliffkeep?
Why don't we try to direct the army there?
Because it's very far northeast. It's about a couple hundred miles north of where you guys are now. It's actually east of the forest, like the edge of the forest. It's east of that.
They could still beat
here.
Them here, couldn't
I'll
they?
load the overworld, so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
But isn't the army farther than that?
The army itself is to the south. It's if you look on the map, you can see there's a town. Nadra is where the farms are. If you look south of that, you'll see a ruin. And then past those mountains, you'll see like another little citadel-looking thing. That's the most defended fortress near here. And that is, if you measure, that's about 500 to 600 miles away from where you guys are right now. And that is the defense of this sector of Amadire. There are other fortresses between here and there, but that one has like several 100,000 soldiers.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna cut to the chase here because I'm not having a great day. How many soldiers can we get if we contact every place that can send soldiers here before their army gets here? Everyone that's willing to give us. How many can we get collectively? Don't do the math out loud.
Cliff Keep is the closest quote-unquote defended sector in the north. If we send out the fastest ravens that we have, it would take them still at least 4 weeks to get here.
Oh, that's...
So we're screwed. We're screwed either way. We either try to...
There is no way.
I think the simple fact we have to face here is that this keep can't hold. It won't hold long enough.
The patrols can get word to Cliff Keep within a couple hours at most.
But it still takes Cliff Keep 4 weeks to get here, and by then we're dead.
Not necessarily. You have to understand, this is still a fortress. It's a castle.
It's a castle that is dilapidated.
But we need repairs.
We're not going to be able to get those in time.
Does the castle have a moat?
It takes a long time to repair something this big. It would take a long time just to brace.
We're not rebuilding it. We're talking about simply getting it to operating standards.
What
We
kind of
have
repairs are you talking
400
about?
people who are willing to help.
I'm sorry, I have to repeat your question. Have you seen the state of this place? Getting this to an operational point would take even longer, and would take a bunch of supplies that we don't have. Even if we could acquire them, even if we could purchase them, it still takes a long time to get that much supplies here. I think the simple fact of the matter is that we're not going to be able to make repairs before the orcs arrive. We're not going to be able to muster a force to hold them off before they arrive.
I'm just going to say this to you right now. I'm putting it so you have two options. You either get as many soldiers as you possibly can to defend the fortress, or you send out word for supplies to build the fortress as strong as you possibly can. You cannot do both.
I have the bat.
The bat can only do so much. You can keep sending word to as many people as you want. It's still going to take time, and you can only do one at a time. Bat cannot do two things at once. It may be a familiar, and it may have the quote-unquote intelligence of a bat. That doesn't mean that it has the intelligence of you. You know what I mean? Anyways,
That makes sense.
if you guys send out word for soldiers, it'll be soldiers. If you guys send out word for supplies, it'll be supplies.
Yeah, I think
What did Paraxin want?
The plan was to go to Cliff.
He hadn't formed a plan yet. He wanted to get that plan with you guys first.
The basics of our plan was to go to Cliff Keep and acquire supplies to strengthen the fort.
Yeah, but we're noticing that it's not gonna be
It'll be
that
4 weeks
simple.
before.
It's gonna be slow for the supplies, and I think
It was a
the
lot
only
simpler
thing
when we had Paraxin who could teleport.
That's true. I think the only thing we can do here it's gonna be to get more soldiers, even if the fort is not up to speed. We can spend 4 weeks getting the supplies and building the fort so it can be destroyed with no men inside. We need men even if the walls are gonna crumble.
I
I
agree.
think they're gonna out manpower us no matter how many men we have. They're gonna have more and they're gonna be better. But if they can't get their way through us,
Set a trap.
I agree. I think trapping. I
The
mean,
fortress. Just
the worst case scenario is that these soldiers get here, the orcs have already got here, and they see the forces that are coming and can turn straight around and start preparing where
Going
they
else.
came from.
Yeah.
What is like the surrounding area?
It's mostly just a bunch of fields.
so no
It's-
no trees.
Are we on a
trees.
hill or in the valley or
You guys are on a hill.
we're on a hill, surrounded by fields?
I like the idea of making it a trap.
We could have used that wildfire.
Yeah, you should have, but you didn't.
Could
Too
is
far
it,
away now.
Not should have,
Are-
but could have.
are there magic users in the city?
It's not a city, but no, there
I
aren't.
mean, a fortress.
Braxton was the only one that could actually use the magical arts.
Oh, then never
Okay, I
mind.
think our goal should be to try to get Paraxin back.
Yeah, do you have an idea as to how to do that?
Do we have any clerics?
Ask me when I have
Yeah,
been
bring
working
them.
for 8 hours.
You actually do have a cleric in the party right now.
She's retired.
He's retired.
I'm too old for this shit.
She's gonna become a druid and go live in the forest.
Probably be the best idea to do, actually.
Yeah.
So the captain of the guard is actually going to speak up, and as much as I want to keep this fortress going as long as possible, we can't just sit here and do nothing. If we just leave and just hope for the best, then we are throwing away every chance that the peasants or the citizens of this barony away. We're throwing all of their lives away because there is no way we can defend all of them from a horde that is going to be marching through this area like a freaking bat out of hell.
Like I said, we've already spread word for them to evacuate south.
Instead of like a one big battle, just do skirmishes, guerrilla tactics. Attack them on the way here, slow them down.
Can we dig holes? It's on fire.
But I think the most we could do with a hill, it's like, I don't know, a moat or something like that. But
You can, and you could probably do it the day before the actual invasion.
yeah,
We have 400
as long as a lot
Yeah,
of
you have
people.
400 men. You don't. It doesn't take very long to actually
But if
dig
you-
the holes.
Well, I'm thinking like it's a gigantic field. You could dig a lot of holes.
Is it a small hill or a big one?
It's maybe like 600 feet to ground level. But like it's a gentle hill. It's not like, oh, it's a fucking cliff.
Boulders, trenches.
Yeah,
do some stuff.
You can
You could
hide
I
definitely
mean
roll
it's
something
the high
down.
ground, so.
Exactly. You guys.
It's
Don't underestimate the high ground.
I was not going to be the dick and just put you in a fucking ditch.
Oh, by the
There
way,
is a
we're
reason
next
why
to a
not.
volcano.
What'd you say?
Don't try it.
Okay.
So
No
what are we
comment.
doing?
A surprise to be sure, but a welcome.
We need to send word for more men. That's what I think.
I think
I agree. And in the meantime, you guys know this area better than we do. Plot out where places for traps or, guerrilla groups
Yeah.
or
Do you have like a
be
Do you
set
have,
up
like, a group
and what
of-
we can do now with the supplies and people that we have here now.
do you have like a small group of people who can be like stealthy and kind of harass them?
You mean scouts?
Yes.
Yes, but harass? No.
Just pester them,
There's-
slow them down.
There's maybe 10 of them. I don't think 10 men are going to be able to actually slow down an army of several thousand.
No.
Nice.
At best, we could hope they could get a few shots in and maybe pick off one or two before the horde that slaughters them.
Yeah, the thing.
I don't
The,
think
the thing needs to
400 of
happen in
them
the
would
fort.
stall them that much unless we have a great plan.
Unless you have a pretty solid defense, like a fortress that has been reinforced, or a slightly larger army that's holding back an army, holding in a fortress.
Yeah.
That was it that goblin stronghold that we were at?
That was
Is
Pitt's
it-
fort. You could knock that over with a freaking stick.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, is it gonna be along their path, or is that
Oh, that's long gone.
obviously not?
We're long past that.
Yeah,
I know that we are, but if we
No, I mean,
if we
that was like
blow
here.
and blow
We
that
encountered
up,
the army about here, and now we're like
that's
here.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like 100 miles away from where you
Off-road.
guys saw them. It's like at the edge of the fort. Actually, it's like 150 then.
How long would it take to get like a cart there and back?
Longer than we have.
I think about
Let's
7
see.
days, considering what we did.
I mean, if you guys beelined from here to the fortress with several carts, it would probably take you 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah,
Because-
that's
Well, wait. Maybe not us, but if we could just send like 20 of the 400 men to go do so.
You get as much wildfire as possible.
And also risk getting caught by the whatchamacallits. The orcs.
You said they were 100
Yeah,
miles away.
I mean, if there's a group that's willing to do that, and if not here, then somehow get in between them and blow that up.
Set fire to the fields.
Thing is, it's not a bomb that's gonna blow up the entire forest.
it's fire.
It's gonna blow up like one of the trees that you see on this map. It's not gonna make a dent at all.
One is not. It's not enough.
I
The
hope
other was a
getting-
fucking full cave.
I mean, if you go
If
back
there's
to get the
wildfire
wildfire
there, then
to
we should
just
get it.
burn the field while they're in it, yeah, that's a thing that you guys could do.
Yeah,
But
that's what I was
again,
thinking.
Same.
Are you going? Okay, you're gonna send out word to get more soldiers, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So says, well, we're gonna have to send as many ravens as we can. Cliffkeep would be the best option. And he starts writing down on a letter, and he says, "You guys have money, correct?"
Yes.
Apparently a lot.
You don't know.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
to, we are gonna have to start paying them more, specifically because they're going to be fighting a fucking army of orcs, but also because their jurisdiction isn't this fortress; it's the highways. So in other words, they need compensation in order to do what we're asking them to do. So we will need some of that. I'll say just 20,000, not the full like 60,000. That would be typically. So
It's
yeah,
a
you
perfect
guys-
loan for them.
Yeah. So we don't have the money to do that kind of stuff. We are short on funds anyways.
Well, present us with the final number that you need, that you know exactly how much you need, and
I
we'll
would say
supply
I
them.
would say roughly 20,000 to get all the guards that we would need.
Then it's yours.
Okay. I'll send for a few men with chests, very
Where
large
are you?
chests.
Where are you keeping this gold?
We will calculate
Trade
the
secret.
financing plan later.
The financing plan.
Well,
Finance.
4% interest.
Sure.
Maybe
We're gonna need a
paying-
whole other session for that.
Yeah, that's a later conversation.
Mm.
The Baron actually wakes up again, and
Oh, yeah, he exists.
yeah, he does exist.
Barely.
He starts whispering to the clerk, and after a couple minutes, the clerk, his eyes widen, and he runs out of the room like as fast as possible, and the Baron then falls asleep again, and the captain says, "Forgive us. This happens sometimes, but we need to send word. I need to get on that. I'll start shipping this letter out to Cliffkeep as quickly as possible. But for now, I would suggest you form some kind of plan in order to get this fortress in tip-top shape as much as possible. Because even with a very large army defending this fortress, in its current state, it cannot hold against an army like the one that you said. So we do need to do repairs of some sort here.
If you could give us ideas of where you think the most vulnerable places, or where we should put our focus, then we can begin.
Honestly, the towers. Those are the most important thing that we need to fix. Especially the one that has a giant fucking hole in it.
That could be it.
That's a problem.
Which, if you, when you guys were actually outside of the fortress, you saw 3 towers, 2 of which were very viney. They had a lot of moss and mold and bullshit all over it. And one of them had basically almost completely fallen over. There was a massive hole in the side of it, and parts of the actual, like, the buttresses on top of it are completely eroded. They're completely gone. Any kind of defensibility on that tower, which is actually the northern tower, is impossible. There's no way you'd be able to actually go up on that safely. So you need to fix that. That is definitely something that you need to do.
That's a big problem. Trying to
Yeah,
fix a whole
that's-
stone tower.
Yeah.
That's
Is there any quarried stone that we have available in the city or in the keep?
We can send for it, but again,
Yeah.
that would take time.
What if I have a question. Now this is a wild thing that I might be thinking because I had a lot to drink, but what if we took down a very small part of the fortress to use those materials to rebuild more important parts of the fortress?
Or the surrounding homes in the area that the people are evacuating from.
That actually might work.
I'm a fucking genius.
I think we can take things from the
So
I don't know northern
I-
part, right? Because there's no.
I don't know
from the
if you
north.
guys actually remember the little map that I showed you guys earlier, but there are a bunch of villages, not
Yeah.
just the ones that you see on the by the way, I'll answer you in a minute, Dylan.
Okay.
But the little map that you guys see in Art Dump, which I think is
Yes.
yeah, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There are a bunch of villages, but there are a few that aren't on the map. And if you sent the word to the border patrols, you could actually have them bring the supplies as they're coming to the fortress.
We'll do that then.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like a good idea.
Hey, look, it's almost like I was planning for you guys to do that. Yay. So the guard captain actually says, "All right, well, I have to rewrite this now." Crumbles up the letter and starts writing a new one. So he says, "All right, well, if we're going to do that, then I'll send my men, or some of my men, to start talking to the border patrol in our area, and we'll get you accommodated for helping us out. Also, if Paraxin wakes up or anything happens with him, we'll send for you immediately."
You think any of us would be allowed to go see Paraxin?
We needed to make sure that he wasn't going to die that night. We didn't know what was going to happen, but for now, you, not you, Dylan, but he says any of your healers would be able to go see him. But for now, the rest of you, it might be better for you to keep your distance. We don't know what might happen.
So from that medicine check that I did, would I have been able to tell whether this was like a curse or just like rapid aging?
That would have been an Arcana check, but with medicine, you could definitely tell this was not natural.
Okay, then yeah, I'd like to go to him and at least try something.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what you get.
Does that happen?
Could I accompany her in case she needs, like,
Then I'm gonna go pee.
Okay. You totally could if you wanted to.
Oh wait,
You'll have to ask the people first before they let you in.
I'd want to go with Darhana, our healer, in case my magical expertise are needed.
We'll allow it, but please don't hurt him.
I won't. I'll act only as Darhana needs.
Okay, so they let you in, and he is on a bed, and he is derobed. He is in the nude, and he looks older than the Baron. He looks like ever since you guys saw him last, he has aged every single minute, and he keeps aging even now as you're looking at him. His skin gets wrinklier. He is becoming even more like a raisin.
Well,
Looks like he's in a bathtub.
he's like 6,000 years old.
He is in fact 6,000 years old.
So I'm gonna cast a remove curse,
Yeah.
and I guess that just happens.
Yeah, that
At your
happens.
touch.
And nothing happens. By the way, this would either be a religion or an arcana check.
Yeah, I can make one of those.
So,
What did I
up to
miss?
either of you.
Well, that's after a 25, but
With a natural 20, that would definitely get you what you need.
Good, 'cause I only rolled a 10.
It's almost like his body wasn't, or not body, his soul wasn't destroyed. It was just removed, and it isn't in him. It's weird. It's the magical energy that our souls usually contain. They usually leave a mark on our body, and the mark is still there, and he's still alive. It's kind of like the soul. It's kind of like it's trapped somewhere, and you with your Arcana check, you can tell that there is like a tether that keeps the soul bound to the body, and that tether has not been snapped.
his soul is still tethered to his body, but it seems trapped elsewhere. Probably another plane.
Yeah, the tether that is tied to his body, you can sense that it goes down.
Then I would have a fair idea as to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
The devil took his soul from directly on his body, but it's not fully removed. It is trapped in hell, though.
Then I think that is beyond my capabilities.
If
Is
you would
there
like,
a procedure for this?
there is. However, you have to get a good enough check to see if you know what the procedure is. Which, by the way, would be religion.
Well,
That's why I said it's
Make-
either a religion or
make
a
check.
arcana.
I mean, shit, can we all just make checks?
I mean, no, only the two people that are actually there and are allowed in the room.
That's fair.
I
Yep.
only grabbed half of my dice.
Well, I have no skill in religion, so I'd leave that to Darhana to see if she knew of
I
anything.
mean, if you try, you might pass anyway.
I mean,
Yeah, I only rolled.
anyone can make the rolls, but you know, what'd you roll?
I got 13.
Total?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Always gives you.
You're drawing a blank as to what even stole his soul.
I think the idea that his soul is like still partially attached is kind of what's throwing me. Like,
Nope, I don't know anything.
Nope. Yeah, you're much more trained in the arcane arts than you are religious arts.
Yep.
So also with that natural 20, you get the sense that this isn't, while it isn't natural, it isn't lethal. He won't die from this unless the tether is broken.
Well,
so then
seems he won't die, but he will be incapacitated for the time. And that's only so long as the tether isn't broken, which if the devil has his soul, might be working on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the people looking out for him, to keep an eye on him, keep him, do what you can to heal his body, and let us know immediately if there's any change, and we'll keep brainstorming to see if there's anything we can come up with.
Yes, of course. And actually, one of the helpers actually walks up to you. Are you a cleric by chance?
I am.
And you have a god.
That I do.
Could you not ask them for help?
I mean, I could pray and hope, but I don't have any spells that would get me in.
There's a cleric feature called Divine Intervention.
I don't have that yet.
Oh shit. That's a 6th level thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a 6th level thing. She doesn't have it. It's also like
It's a very minute chance. You have to roll below your level.
you could just pray, which is
Yeah.
a thing that clerics can do.
Save me, Jeebus.
In other words, it gives you advantage on your religion rolls.
Oh, wow.
That's something that most people don't know, is that praying actually gives you advantage on your religion rolls. That's why
Hmm.
most
You think
clerics
that does
pray.
something?
That is actually a
Oh,
thing.
that's,
That actually
that's
happens.
unrealistic.
Well, no, when you have an actual connection with your god, because that's what a cleric is, they are chosen people by gods that literally do their bidding.
I was making a satirical joke on religion.
Awesome. Well done. It didn't come across because I'm an idiot.
So yeah, I'll just let him know, just because it makes more sense RP wise, anyways. That like this is something pray on and every night and asking and finding.
Yeah, begging for answers, that kind of stuff. All right. Well, I'll just say you do that like once per day if you would like, but and that would be a percentile, not straight up D20.
Cool.
Anyways, after all that happens, you guys can go back to the inn if you would like, but the captain goes out and talks to one of the front guards at the front gate of the fortress, which is also hanging open like the throne room gate, or door, I guess you could say. It's just really big and golden and hanging open. And he hands him the letter. You guys don't see this. This is just happening. And obviously the message has been sent. So now you guys just wait.
I want to ask the captain of the guard something.
Okay?
Do all the soldiers have enough weapons, or are you guys lacking in that department?
We have weapons. We also have a blacksmith that continuously makes us new weapons if ours break.
Okay.
Or
Just wondering if I
Asline
can help out.
consumes one of the weapons. Maybe
What?
Ekris should go get a new weapon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just gonna ask for some if anyone has a quarterstaff or something.
yeah. So there is a blacksmith, and he does make weapons.
Yeah,
And you
I'm
do
gonna.
have time.
Yeah, instead of wondering about, I'm gonna head towards him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Works of Access anyway too.
Okay.
I'll say he
Uh,
goes with like 100 gold.
Yeah, you guys should be fine with money. It's not going to be that big a deal. However, when you guys get to the blacksmith, he is not furiously, but definitely severely focused on whatever he is doing, which is he is banging on the anvil and making a sword that you guys can see. And off to the side, you can see racks and racks and racks of more swords. So it would seem as if like he's a little bit busy.
This guy only has swords. I don't
I
like.
can help you make
Well, no,
something.
those are just what were requested.
Oh.
You can see
Oh.
on the others
Yeah.
like in
Those
deeper
aren't
into the
stock.
second
He's making
forge.
those now for now.
Those-
I
yeah,
believe.
he's making those
That's right.
now. Those are all fresh and just made. But you can see other large assortment of weapons in here. Mostly, simple iron or wooden tools. Slash weapons. Just kidding.
Seems he's gonna be a bit busy providing the weapons for the coming army. Nah, never mind.
I could
I'm
make
just
you.
gonna...
I could just buy the equipment and make it.
No, don't worry. I do have a weapon at the moment. Okay, we're gonna head back to the group.
Okay. So, you guys get back to the inn, and Silence group is still here for now, but he is at the bar counter and drinking a mug of ale.
I don't go inside.
Okay.
Is there an outside I can go to?
There is several buildings in the fortress.
I go outside.
Okay. The main actual inside of the fortress, there's a wall. Then there's the actual keep, and there are several buildings inside the walls itself. The inn is near the actual entrance to those walls, and it's not a very large fortress, but it's large enough to hold 400, 500 people. But there isn't a lot here. There is a blacksmith that you saw while coming in. There are a couple buildings. You can tell they might be barracks or housing facilities next to the inn and next to the keep itself. And then there's also a slightly taller building that looks to be a guard's post that also has a tower next to it, which is slightly dilapidated. But the main thoroughfare of the fortress is just a dirt path that goes up to the keep itself.
I'll just take a walk on that.
Yeah. Doesn't take you very long for you to walk all the way up to the fortress and then back to the gate and then back to the fortress. You can do this several times throughout an hour.
I just keep going.
Okay. You do that then.
I'm gonna ask Silence what his group is gonna do now.
Silence looks over to you, and after taking a very long swig of his ale, he says, "My purpose now is simply to delay. I don't have a purpose just yet. My purpose was something else. I can't really disclose that to all of you, but it was successful. I did what I need to do, and now I don't know what else I should be doing."
Want to help us defend this fortress against a few thousand orcs?
No, I do not.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
As much as I would like to defend that which I have poured my time into, I also know when I should look out for myself, and also where I'm going is going to be even more dangerous.
Can I
A few thousand orcs?
approach
You guys have
Silence?
walls to defend yourself behind.
Yeah, these
How
orcs-
long until you ship out to other business?
A couple hours, maybe.
Never mind then.
Why? Did you need something?
If you were staying longer, I would have asked if you could have at least been a spy.
I mean,
I know your group is good at staying hidden.
I can still be a spy and send information your way if you need that.
Any information we can gather on numbers and weapons and really anything about the Orcs army itself would be a great benefit.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Hey, why was your friend crying earlier?
He did not like the news I had to drop on him.
Which was...
They're leaving and they're not taking him with them.
Oh.
Yeah. That. We can't take him with us. He
No.
is too valuable. I fear that should they find out who he actually is, they might try to steal his treasure. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's why I have to leave him with you. I trust you, oddly enough, even though I barely even know who you people are. guess that means I should trust you even more because I don't know who you are.
We're secretly just all murderers.
Who is it?
The best thing ever. Great answer. He has 100% confidence in all of you.
Yeah, I just leave and then I go get a drink.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do that. Barkeep seems, not a lot of customers, so he's eager to serve both of you guys. And actually, at this point, after you guys have gotten back to the inn and Dylan is doing his walk thing throughout the thoroughfare, the guard captain actually walks back in and says, "The Baron requires a meeting with you once more. This time without any of us here. He wants to speak with you alone.
Interesting.
I suggest that you go."
I stand up and start walking towards the keep.
As well.
Yeah.
That was to the rest of you guys.
Okay.
And after you guys leave, he actually walks out and tells that to you as well, Dylan.
I thought they would have had to walk along the path I was going anyway.
Yeah, but he goes in front of all of them and does it anyways.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Shit. So yeah, you guys start walking up to the fortress. He goes up ahead of you to let the Baron know that you're on your way. And it's getting around supper time at this point. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon. Or
If anyone is around me while I'm walking up, I'm just slowly muttering along in Draconic.
okay.
Ooh.
Some of
What
them-
are you saying?
It's mostly just like random thoughts that I'm having. I'm basically very, very much trying to plan out a way that we all, or at least I, stay alive in the coming conflict.
Okay. So as you guys get to the fortress, the gate is open for you, and you walk into the main throne room, and the Baron is up on his throne, and there's no one else in the room, but the Baron seems to be asleep, and he doesn't stir when you guys walk in.
Hello.
Keep an eye on the doors.
Again, he doesn't stir. He's just sitting there.
I'd like to wolf whistle.
As in, like, you're gonna howl like a wolf?
No, like
No,
like
the-
your fingers up to your mouth and it does that loud ass
Oh.
like amplified whistle thing.
Okay, that thing. Yeah, he gets startled a little bit, but he almost immediately falls asleep again.
I stomp over.
Okay.
Why are we here?
You may stop
Oh,
over.
son of a
Do
bitch.
do we see anyone else?
Where's this
No, there
thing
is definitely no one in this room besides you guys and the Baron.
Can I loudly stamp the floor near him? Or
You
is
can.
Diana
And when you do, he snaps immediately, his eyes open immediately, and looks directly at you very sternly, and says in a voice, you disturbed my nap."
Very rude of her, I know.
You called
don't
us
care.
here.
You called us here.
We were told you wanted to see us privately.
Oh yes, that. Forgive me, my memory is slipping in my dotage. I have a confession to make to all of you. That
All right.
devil wasn't only Phyrexian's son. He had sealed him before my time. It was a very long time ago. Actually, around the time when the Cragsheld family became a Cragsheld family. Around that time, my ancestor had complete support from the nobility and the peasantry in the area, and they gave him a barony. More importantly, they gave him sway in the Council of the North. And the three barons of the North have defended this area for a very long time, since even before the Age of Unity. But something to keep in mind, not everything is given to you through good deeds. My ancestor had apparently made a deal with this same devil. He had asked for power and wealth, and it was given to him. He sold his soul, and it was only Paraxin who was able to keep the devil at bay. However, because the contract was made, the bloodline was tainted and was kept from being its true self. My family was attacked years ago. 20 years ago, to be exact. The previous Baron, my nephew, was a very noble man. He knew nothing about the curse or the contract. All he knew was that his family was in power, and he needed to do what he needed, what the other said. The steward had been part of the council for as long as he could remember, as long as I can remember. He's always just been there. Paraxin as well. However, Gertnish, that was his name, he constantly was afraid for the future. He didn't know what it held. And his two brothers, one being I don't actually know how to say that word. Illegitimate? That one?
Illegitimate.
Not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bastard.
illegitimate. That one. His two brothers were interesting. One of them had been born to his father's mistress, someone that he was seeing on the side, and my brother, he forgets the name. Like he starts muttering, "I don't remember my own brother's name. It's been so damn long." Gernish was. He didn't know how to be a baron. That much was evident. But he also was a good man, and people trusted him. More specifically, people liked him. It wasn't just because he was the baron. It was because he adamantly had a good relation with all of the peasants, not just with nobility, with the nobility either. And it gave Cragshild a respect. It gave us something to hold up to the light as an example of what a baron should be. And it was extremely hard because one day that was all taken from us. Him, his brother, not the illegitimate one, the actual one, his wife, his children, everything. The devil just took it all away from us. I had been one of them, one of the family to be let in on the contract specifics. And the day that he was told that the contract had affected the entire family, he refused. He broke the contract. And for that, his life was forfeit. His soul was forfeit. The soul of his entire family was forfeit. You know, the only people that could take the throne again were an infant toddler and, or not an infant toddler, an infant nephew, an illegitimate brother, and me. This was 20 years ago. I was old back then, too. Now I'm even older. I don't even know how I'm still alive this long. And he just sags in his chair and looks as if he's gonna fall asleep again, but snaps up again and keeps himself awake. I'm sorry for all of this, but the truth is, I wanted to keep this as simple as possible. I wanted all of you to have some kind of help in this. The fact that you got rid of the devil, that was beyond my imagining, but there's something else. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be the Baron. I never wanted to be the Baron. That was my brother's job. He was the firstborn, I was the secondborn, I was to be the one that helped as much as I could. I was going to be a general. I wanted to lead armies. But instead I became a Baron. I became whatever you call this. Meager existence. I want all of you to understand something. I didn't do this because I wanted
Oh,
to.
hello.
What?
I've been gone for a while.
Oh,
Yeah. My
what have you guys
internet
missed?
unplugged.
Oh,
No,
Personal thing.
oh,
Thanks for not noticing. But
I
I've
I
been gone
did-
for like 5 minutes.
I mean he's been
you know,
talking
I've
for
just been
longer.
talking for- I've been talking for a while.
Awesome. Well, I guess I didn't miss much. Except I probably missed a lot.
I mean, I've just been talking about
Lots of
Baron
exposition.
past and stuff. You know, he's just been going on a monologue.
Continue.
So yeah. The last thing he says, I want my time as Baron to end. I had gotten into contact with a certain someone that was able to get me a way out. The devil had contract on my soul. However, had I been killed, the contract would be forfeit. I would not have to sell my soul. However, in order to do this, I needed to contact thieves, or not thieves, assassins, in order to do the deed. I did it through Paraxon's name to get less notability, but they didn't deliver. I'm still alive. And the devil is dead. I guess that's thanks to all of you. I couldn't thank you enough, but now Paraxon is gone as well. Not gone. Unconscious. Comatose.
He's incapacitated.
So the other people that were here, they were the ones you hired?
They? I don't.
I don't
Oh,
know that he.
And I point to Jeeves.
I
Wiggle my fingers.
didn't actually know you were one of them. I thought you were one of this group.
I am now.
And you said Paraxon hired them?
No, he used Paraxon's name to hire them.
Oh.
Because he didn't want to actually be saying, hey, kill me.
Well, you're welcome on the bad job.
I don't blame you, son. I'm pretty sure it was just your...
I wasn't told.
Yeah, I didn't think...
Not about that. I was told about. I was told a lot of lies.
Yeah, that seems to happen quite often. Look, there is another way I can solve this.
I mean, I'll kill you if you want. I could do that.
The problem here
I
is
don't...
we don't need to come off as murderers in a time of crisis.
I was gonna say that might not help you or your friends.
I'm sure you're gonna die soon with all the orcs that are coming.
That's another matter. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm not strategically minded enough.
We've been working with the captain of the guard.
We are.
We have plans put into place.
I'm not surprised.
You got that unlocked.
You seem capable enough. But there is something I need you to do. And it is important. And no, it does not kill me.
Dang it.
Find my replacement.
Oh.
I'm not going to live forever. I have no family. Or at least, not any direct family. Gurnish had a brother who was illegitimate, and I don't know what happened to him. He also had several sons. 6 sons, to be exact. 6 sons and 2 daughters. Every single one of them was murdered before his very eyes, except for one. I don't know what happened to him. I assume the devil kept him as his plaything somewhere to torture Gurnish's soul, or worse, he kept him literally in hell.
I like the word plaything.
Yeah, I do too.
Would you want one of them as your first successor? If you could find them?
If you can find him, that would be a miracle. I have no idea where you would start
Okay.
with that.
And if he's not even alive anymore.
I'm sure the only person that would have known that would have been Paraxin.
Well, in the meantime, I have a counter idea, okay? Right? So, I'm really great with forgery documents, right? I just make it look like I'm your son. You die, because I kill you, and then I inherit the barony.
He
Eh?
he looks at you for a second, and then just the most horrid laughing ever. Like it's wheezing, there's coughing, and it's awful. I have not laughed that hard in a very long time.
Oh, good. I'm happy I could provide my services.
Wait, I thought the fool was somewhere else.
Had you been talking to the jester again?
the jester, you guys can hear it
Yeah, he's
somewhere
here.
no, there he isn't. You
Oh,
guys are
he's
the only ones
usually
who are
here.
with him. But you guys can hear it in the background, like he's just like somewhere, some faraway land. You can hear him just laughing.
Do I know anything
I created
about
a hero on this
devils?
day.
Yep. What?
Do I know anything about devils?
Nope.
I think you know about demons.
So do you have any
You know
suggestions
about
on who
demons,
you...
my friend.
Wait,
Worth a shot.
wait. Fracus? Isn't Fracus a normal tiefling? Like, Player's Handbook tiefling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know about devils. Tieflings are infernal,
Yeah, we-
not abyssal.
She know. Okay. She knows about the 9 hells. She doesn't know about Zinthag and exactly what happened with this one thing.
Right, no, I wouldn't say that, but my point is that the base tieflings come from a
Shush,
devilish.
I messed up and my brain didn't work for a second. Okay, I'm on literally 5 pills right now.
I'm just bringing up
That's an
the...
unfortunate amount.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Did you say
That's a
from?
lot, dude.
What?
Did
That's
you-
a lot.
I'm sorry, I just want to clarify something. Steve, did you say they're from there? Because that's not...
No, I didn't say they're from there. I said they have ties to devilish bloodlines.
They're fiends.
Hey, Baron,
Nature.
do you have any
Ah, she's
suggestions
right
on who would be a good Baron?
Not me.
Oh, that's true.
You said you had a brother.
Had?
He's been dead for
Yeah.
a very long time.
Yeah, had a brother. Okay.
He said it took people from the bloodline of the dude that made the deal, right?
Mm-hmm. Firstborn son of the bloodline would be
What did he
partitioned
say?
to the contract.
Sorry if you explained this already. I'm also super tired. What did he say? Why it probably took Paraxon?
Because he was pissed at him,
Okay.
and because he just died and wanted to take out his anger.
Well, do you have any idea how we could get Paraxon's soul back?
This guy doesn't
If I
look
did,
like
I
much
would've
of a
done it.
cleric.
Hey, I said no how, not could do it.
Can I visit him?
Visit him? What?
His body.
Do you have an ability to walk across the
Yes,
plains?
you may.
I think he means his body.
Braxton's body.
Oh.
It's like,
Oh, wait.
Let me just open up the portal to hell. Here,
I
There
haven't
you go.
laughed this hard in so long. Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot I hadn't explained everything going on with him yet.
oh, so he's dead, right? Just like cut it.
What? What happened?
No.
Okay then.
I was confused as to what Ficus meant and made a stupid comment.
It was rather funny.
Oh well.
Okay, so do you want us to Cesar if he's still alive?
So we
If
can
not,
find your
Racket said you wanted
illegitimate
to go
brother.
in and see him, and she
Yeah.
may.
I think
Baron
she's
said,
gone
"Yeah,
already.
go ahead."
So if we find the illegitimate son or brother and make him Baron, is that
Nephew.
okay?
No, son.
Nephew, right?
Nephew,
Brother's son.
whatever he is to you.
Relative.
Would he be an okay Baron?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in 20 years.
Okay. Well,
No
Well,
offense, but
Just know that I always have forgery documents.
why don't you just take someone from here that you trust?
yeah, like your
What about
captain of the guard.
Paraxin?
Yeah, I don't think Paraxon's going to be much better of
Where
a
we
situation here.
Because for the past 20 years, I have not trusted a single person in this entire fortress.
Even Paraxin?
Besides Paraxin, because he's not conscious right now.
When he is, what if he could become Baron?
Because when he was awake and when he was here, the devil was here, and the Baron, I was swayed by the devil. I could not give him the barony. If he wakes up, I would love to give him the barony. I doubt he would accept it though.
Well, he'll goddamn have to.
That makes sense.
So you
We
want to
don't
find
even
a
know
place.
if he's going to wake up in time.
Well, we're gonna hope. We have a lot of stuff relying on if he wakes up in time. Like most of our lives. At least in
Let me
my
know when I can go visit him.
Yeah, I mean, I said you could.
Yeah, no,
Go
I mean,
now.
Just
no,
Go
because he
now
was
if you
still
want.
talking to the Baron. I'm going.
okay, go. What happens? You walk in. Paraxin's on the bed, like I said before, and
Doing
he
the
is
macro
very
again.
wrinkly. He's
Okay.
super old. Again.
You see an old, wrinkly, naked man.
Lemon party.
Naked.
Why did he have to
Yeah,
be naked?
when did he become
What?
naked?
I was.
Because I said he was disrobed. I didn't say he was nude. I said he was disrobed.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's in his underwear. Whatever.
Yeah, he's in his skins.
Almost
Whoever
naked.
people I've killed. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna put Golden Avenger. Like, lay Golden Avenger over him. Is it too big a sword to do that, or
No,
not?
it's almost as big as him.
Okay. I'll do that.
You can feel his heartbeat through the sword.
And I wanna try to talk to Dragon Friend.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dragon Friend says, "I'm tired. What do you need?"
Do you know how to help him?
Get a cleric.
That's it.
I'm a sword. What do you expect?
You're a dragon.
I've been in this sword for almost 6,000 years.
But you're like a big soul dragon.
I don't even know what the world looks like anymore. I can't see anything.
It's a lot of colors.
I mean, I knew what it looked like before when I was outside. I meant, I haven't seen it since I've been in the sword, which was 6,000 years.
I don't really think you want to see this fortress anyway.
Not a great fortress.
It's kind of broken.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to find a cleric.
I mean, you have one in your group.
Yeah, but she didn't. It didn't work. Well, I guess we could try again.
Okay.
Could you help
Make
out?
an
some?
investigation check to see if you find a cleric.
Oh boy.
I was
I'm
gonna
give
say.
you a hint. Unless it's a natural 20,
Yeah.
it's
No,
still not going to be enough.
I wasn't gonna do that right now. I was gonna ask him if Darhana came back, if he could help out somehow.
I mean, I could give her a suggestion, I guess, but that's about it. And I wouldn't be able to speak to her. I can only speak to you. Or someone
But
else.
can't you just
that
say
you-
the suggestion now?
What?
You're
Well,
not
and I'm
here.
just said out of character.
I mean, he could, but he doesn't know what is going on because she hasn't said what's going on.
Because I also don't know what's going on.
Because I haven't
mean-
explained it to anyone but Darhana.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
not good.
You guys haven't
Omnipresent.
communicated with each
He's not
other.
God.
We don't know what's happening. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go find Darhana.
Okay. You go find Darhana. She's
I'm
out in
found.
the throne room with the
You are
Baron and the
And
others.
found.
So,
happens.
and the Baron has something more to say to all of us while Darhana is here.
Yeah. I'm only making this suggestion because I am tired. I want to sleep permanently. I know you may not take that as a suggestion to kill me. I may have asked for it before, but that was because I was under the sway of the devil. I don't know if I was actually in my own mind.
Always have the forger.
If there are people out there who could take this throne, it would either be my brother's illegitimate son or my grandnephew, meaning his brother's son's son.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you legitimize the other one, then and we find him, that helps that.
Exactly. We could also try and look for, I don't know, someone who has not a right. What is it called? A claim to the barony. I don't know of anyone like that. The only person that would know that would be Paraxin.
Yeah, see, a bunch of stuff needs Paraxin to be woken up. That should be a priority numero uno.
It's almost like that's the main point of what you guys need to be doing.
Yeah, either way, I'm just drilling it, you know.
not a big guy for
Pounding that
subjects,
in.
right?
That's why
Very
I
well.
go to her sword thing.
Very well, I...
Speaking of which, that can happen now. You can speak to her and say the thing that you want to say.
Just in time.
Oh, you know about the dragon dude, right? I told you about the dragon dude.
Your friend? In the
Yeah.
sword?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take you to the. Let's go back to Paraxon's room.
Okay.
Did
At
you?
this point, the Baron is actually going to start nodding off again.
Oh, and you guys didn't tell any of us what happened in there, right?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, I guess I'll tag along with Darhana.
Well, no, I'm just asking out of
Well, I
character.
imagine.
I'm looking for Darhana.
Because we went to see Paraxin and then we went back to the tavern, didn't we? So
Yeah,
I
no,
imagine
Yeah, but unless
we-
I was drinking, so unless you were explaining to everyone you could find.
Sure. Well, it will say that now. We explain now.
That's retcon. All right.
Okay.
You guys have such great communication skills.
I know, right?
Everyone knows everything.
Basically, I'll just tag along with Darhana in case there are questions because I did the Arcana check and figured out exactly what's wrong with him.
And if we
Okay.
are dismissed, I'm gonna go back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Baron is now completely asleep in his chair.
oh, Joe, can I
He
can I
actually
make
says in his
a?
sleep, I don't want pudding.
I feel like at some
Yeah, I
point
like
during
this
all
one.
of this, Piotr just walked out, like managed to stumble outside and passed out next to Domovoy.
Awesome.
Joe, can I quickly make some real easy forgery papers schmucked up to look like I'm his son, but like not seriously done. Like, right-
Make a check.
I have a forgery kit, yeah.
Yeah, make a check for that.
This
Yeah,
is totally
you're able to
legitimate
make
from the
it-
Baron.
It's like Monopoly money. Like it's obvious that these are forgery papers, but they're
Yeah.
pristine. They're perfect. They're perfectly hilarious.
I would like the name on it is like Baron's son.
I
It's
like
like
it.
scrawled in
Okay,
like
yeah,
5-year-old
that
letters.
happens.
It's actually done in crayon.
Unlike
I was
napkin.
hoping for that.
It's like one of those notes that a 5-year-old forges from his parents to give to his teacher.
It's like
I am the Baron's son. Signed the Baron. Official stamp.
Just like a smiley face.
Yeah, just a big thumbs up next to a smiley face. Just like, yeah.
okay.
Oh, good times.
So you guys go into Paraxon's room, and there is a helper who is currently not force feeding, but like mashing up food and having him eat.
You sure he's not force feeding?
Yeah, it would be definitely force feeding.
It did just occur to me that Frankus or Lissy never actually heard what happened earlier when I had the long rest.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Pass through.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
drop the picture again. Cause fuck it. I actually
Do
don't
it.
have it still. I have the token.
Oh, why don't you have the picture?
Because I can only upload one to the sheet. And none of us have upload powers because only the GM has
Just
upload
add it,
powers.
drop it into art now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop it in the art dump.
Why haven't I done that?
Because I
Yeah,
told you to do it, and
Windows.
you didn't do it.
I
didn't
also,
do it.
since there's a moment of pause, Joe, you didn't answer my question from like an hour ago in PMs.
I told. Oh, I didn't. Well,
Oh
I was
yeah,
meaning to.
7:37, literally 1 hour ago. Like, go me.
So we're in Paraxon's room.
yep.
Yep.
Can
Of
you try
course.
again?
How
I
did
put the
not
sword
remember?
back on him.
Right.
The same way.
The helper is like, "What are you doing?"
He's my
Don't worry.
In her own odd way, she's helping.
subordinate. That's the word, right?
I don't know if this is okay. Do you guys have
Ooh.
the guard's permission to be doing this?
We have the Baron's
Baron's
permission
permission.
to.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, so suck it.
Okay.
Do we have an advantage because we were in here earlier? At least some of us.
I've been here before. Like I was the one that diagnosed
This
him.
is one of the helpers that doesn't know who the hell you are.
Who's rolling?
I rolled, but not well.
Whoever wants to roll.
Well, I'm gonna, yeah,
Considering
I'm
he
gonna-
rolled a 7.
It's an 8 because the stats are still fucked up.
I get a 1.
I don't know why you're saying
Can I walk up to? Okay, can I walk up to him
Let
and
me
say
just-
something really quick?
Check.
Gotta.
No, it's
You're
still.
in the room.
Shut up. I'm sorry, I clocked out.
I got a
I
15.
thought I went with them. Just with the group.
Did
I
you?
got a 15.
I don't know. Why would I not be with the group?
It's
No,
not the group.
It's not the group. It's Fracus, Darhana, and Ontor that are all
No.
going to Paraxon right
If
now.
no one stopped me, then yeah, I definitely go with them.
Okay, sure.
I'd probably stop you.
Make a stealth check to see whether or not you actually stealthily follow them, or if you try just blatantly try to.
Oh, yeah. Let's.
Also with 15, I'll see if they actually resist that.
Do I get a disadvantage?
Mhm.
Ha! I see you.
Yeah, you see him.
But you have the motivation
Do you
to stop
say
me
anything
to point
about it?
out? Yeah, they were the ones that cared.
I don't see him. I got
Also,
I point him out. I point out that he's following us, but I don't do anything myself.
The holy
guess
symbol.
I'll just drop
Literally
behind.
just pulling out the holy symbol would have been enough. All right. Well, you're a healer, so Okay, I guess it's all right. And they back off.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm gonna get drunk. Alright.
They have a better idea than we do.
Please don't destroy the tavern.
Mom's coming home soon.
Yep.
I think at some
So-
point the door opens and just Domovoy walks in with me passed out on his back. Just to the
Okay, I guess
stairs
this
and
is
up
all
the
happening
stairs.
now. This room isn't that big.
You know, I don't care. I'm
Oh.
asleep.
Okay, so like I said, on our way here, I would have pointed out that Jeeves was following us. To
I already said that when you point that out,
So-
I just like back away.
Can you
Okay,
just
that-
It's not that important to me. I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude.
Okay, so are you gonna do the thing that you were here to do?
Yeah, we'll do it. I set it up the same way and I asked
Okay.
check again.
Check again. The sword
Check
starts
again.
starts talking to you, Fracas, and says, "So, what exactly are you trying to do? What is going on? I can't see anything. You're my eyes here."
Paraxin is not here.
that
I
did,
don't
His
know
soul,
what you mean
his
by
soul
that.
is tethered to is still tethered to his body,
His
but
soul
it's somewhere in hell.
is tethered.
That didn't happen because you
Dude,
can't
his-
hear the sword, Darhana. Only Fracas can.
No, but is
Yeah,
she
but
speaking
she-
out loud or is
I'm-
she
oh,
speaking in her
that's-
head?
I'm translating everything.
Okay.
Like
So-
I can very clearly that
Next
she's
time say
explaining
that.
what's happening.
I don't
so
understand.
yeah, I explain exactly that the soul that through the magic traces I could tell that the soul is still tethered to the body but was dragged into hell with the devil.
Use small words.
Basically, his soul is still a part of him and he is still alive, but his soul is in another place and it has rendered him incapacitated.
Soul not
You
here.
did really bad.
Soul
at
in
that
other
small
place.
word thing.
Soul still
I-
connected to body.
Soul in
You
hell.
do realize that the sword, even though it is just a sword and it has the soul of a dragon, it still has the intelligence of a fucking
He
dragon.
does. Fracas does not.
The small words are for Fracas, not the dragon.
He still understands what he's saying. He can hear him.
Oh,
He can only.
Oh, he can hear him?
Yes, he just can only speak to you.
Okay. Then
Oh.
which means I have to translate from small
You
words.
basically just have to translate one way.
okay. Then okay.
I'm not that much of a dick.
Retcon everything.
So yeah, I explained the full situation.
I forgot how
Okay.
it worked. Sorry.
Yeah, that's because this has never happened before. Because you've never used the sword talking part yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, good job. It's a good moment.
the dragon says, so he's soulbound.
He's soulbound? Question mark. I asked the other two.
You just need to restore him.
How do we restore him?
I mean, I'll cast Lesser Restoration.
Do we need a lot of
Is,
restoring?
what level spell is that, by the way?
Level 3. That's a third level.
It's a-
Oh, second.
Oh, it's second level. What level spells do you have available to you?
I
Up to
have
third.
seven.
You have up to third.
Yeah.
Lesser is second. So what is greater? Is that fifth?
That's like 5th or
Yeah.
6th.
Okay.
I can look it up right now.
I think
Yeah,
it's fifth.
that not like too much later. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't get Divine Intervention until level 10.
Yeah, I read that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you can tell that this is quote unquote working, but it feels as though his body it will not recuperate until the soul is completely restored. In other words, it will take multiple uses of lesser restoration to get the soul back. But
But it's a start.
it's a start. You also see the aging start to slowly revert.
Can we tell if? I mean, how many times we have to do lesser restoration?
Darhana, I'm gonna ask you to make a medicine check.
Alright.
'Cause I'm pretty sure you're the one with
Ooh.
the best medicine.
That is 26.
Yeah, it'll take you about 5 uses.
Okay.
And that's
Can you use it
one.
at higher levels?
Well, I can use. Yeah.
It's not gonna
Nice.
do anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna do
You
anything,
can.
but you
I
could use like
use it
5.
Exactly 5.
Yeah.
I can do it 5 times.
You can do it
Yeah,
5 times
today.
and it will
Right now.
chill.
So you have 3 2s and 2 3s.
Yes.
What level is remove curse? Because didn't you use that today?
So I can do it
That-
4 times.
It is not
Right
a
now.
curse. It is not a curse.
But she used
Yeah, she used.
the spell slot is the point I'm making here, and I'm very certain that is.
That was last night.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
never mind then.
Rested in between? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, you can do 5.
So yeah, so I can do 5 right now.
Do them.
Boom, boom, boom,
Well,
boom,
let's add a
boom.
character to them. Sorry, but do them.
Not hard. Okay.
Gently.
Oh yeah, they're not rolls. I forgot about that.
No.
So each and every single one kind of reverts his aging slowly. He instead of looking like he's 6,000 years old, he goes back to like he goes from what Theoden looks like in the weird moment to being what Theoden looks like now. So young, but not as young as what he was before.
So while I'm casting this, I'm gonna like take one of the, because I imagine they were like cleaning him up. I'm just gonna be like continue like cleaning him up and like saying prayers over him and.
Okay.
I am there the entire time.
Make
Yeah.
a medicine check again, please.
Ooh, that's 19.
19. You get the sense that his body is restored to as much as you can get him to, but the soul also isn't completely there. Something is forcing him not to return to the body.
Can I make a religion check to see if this is something that even, like, the devil would even, like, because I imagine that the devil
Yes.
wouldn't
Yes.
have that power.
You can make a check. A religion check.
And she's been praying, so she should get advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, monk is so drunk.
So, religion.
What was your lower roll? Just so I know.
My lower roll was a 10, and then my higher roll is a 19. But I gotta double check what I'm adding to that. Because my character sheet won't update, right?
Because I hate these character sheets. They're great.
Okay, so that would be 13 and, well, no, 14 and 22.
Okay. With 22, that would be...
Wouldn't it be a 23?
Yeah, it would be 23.
Yeah, it would be 23. Well, either way, 22, 23. Sorry, I keep having to burp. I'm trying to see whether or not if it's like... Yeah, you get the sense that something other than the devil is holding him. It's almost like...
Would this be, like, contract related? Like, contract shenanigans?
Nope, this is not contract. You get the sense that this is not something that is... It is magic that is holding him, not contract or devil voodoo shit.
Well, I can come back tomorrow and we cast Dispel Magic. That would help.
You could also ask the person that is magic right next to you.
Hi, I'm Magic right next to you. So I'm making an Arcana check.
Okay, check.
Yeah.
So yeah, with a 19, because yay, high numbers. You can definitely tell that the tether that was holding his soul, it's in his body, so he's still alive. But the soul It's kind of like it's being tethered not just to his body, but also to somewhere else.
Huh. So,
The soul is there. The soul is like not in his body, but like right there, like almost in his body.
it's close. So, I I can tell that his soul is close, far closer now than it was, but it also seems tethered elsewhere.
I wonder if this has anything to do with that time traveling we did.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I wouldn't know.
Or what other things Braxton has his fingers in.
So I'm gonna say also with a 23 because that's almost a natural 20. You would also know that this is similar to that of I don't know if you know what this is, but a soul gem. When you
Ah,
die and your soul is put into a gem, it
yeah.
is preserved, but it's kind of like a binding spell, like how Praxin bound the devil to this plane.
Right. It's kind of the same sort of stuff that goes into necromancy for phylactery.
Yep. And you need something more powerful than lesser.
Hmm.
YOLO, I'm gonna try
You
to find a cleric.
you could also try and find the soul gem that's holding his soul.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
You wait, it's
Oh,
probably
I don't know. Maybe the guy who can magically sense
Or-
soul tethers.
We have that guy?
Can I see where, like, can I try and trace this other tether?
Okay. When I say like sense and see,
Right. I don't think I'm not thinking along the lines of I see a glowing line pointing me in a direction, but what I'm asking is in the same means that I'm using to sense the second tether, can I get a vague idea as to where it might be? Like to what
straight
it
down,
Not even down to the left, just straight down.
straight down.
straight down.
Location
So
hasn't changed.
Maybe it's literally in hell. This is out of character. Sorry,
uh
I'm not in the room. Remember, I got caught.
well,
Do you tell this to us?
yeah, basically I'm going to relate that well, his soul is tethered to both his body and something else vaguely straight down.
I'm just gonna mention one thing. You guys know that the devil had been bound to this plane of existence. Usually, when something like a devil or a demon or any other kind of fiend is bound to a plane of existence, and it dies while being bound, its soul cannot leave. It is
Oh.
not able to leave.
I think I know where it is.
I think he's under the hill.
You're right. Hey, do you guys remember that door we encountered that we couldn't open?
Yes.
I think he's behind that door. Cause I remember Paraxen saying he was bound to this plane. He's not in hell. He can't be.
Let's go under the
Should we
hill.
gather everybody else before
Yes.
venturing in?
Probably. I think we should rush because you did a lot of stuff.
We're gonna want to
Alright.
be prepared for this, but we have a plan of action.
Let's go grab everybody else and discuss this before going to bed tonight.
I pat Paraxen's head before we leave.
So
I kind of like react like a mom watching a toddler handle a puppy.
My
Please,
butler puppy.
please be gentle.
It's my magic butler puppy.
Do not squeeze.
magic
That's
butler
great.
puppy. Huh.
That's the subtitle?
Don't mind the crinkling. I'm having a chip.
BRB.
Okay. So you guys haven't asked this yet, but who the hell put the door there, huh?
We don't need to know.
Actually, that would be a good thing to know. I'm going to go. While they go gather everyone, I'm assuming at the tavern. I want to head back into the keep and see if I can't find the clerk or someone who might be caught up on the whole secret door.
I thought we
Um,
asked that when we came across it the first time. Or did Praxon just...
Praxton didn't know. He just knew that it wasn't there before.
he also didn't get a chance to, considering almost immediately after that he died. Or
What?
I say died, but you know,
What?
soul ripped out of his body, coma.
Yeah, he was incapacitated before we actually had a chance to ask him about that door.
So yeah, you can ask. I'm gonna make a roll. Whoop. I'll keep it. It's a high roll. I'll say the captain of the guard.
Okay.
And you ask him, he says, "Oh, that thing. Yeah. Apparently the devil had it requested about a month ago. Yeah, that's the place is not great.
Do you know of
It's
a
under
way
the,
we can
Northern
get?
Tower.
Do you know of a way we can get in there?
There are a couple ways in. That main gate was to close it off from the sewers. There is another way that you can go in through the northern tower, though,
Hmm.
which I wouldn't recommend doing. It's not great in there.
And is there an alternative to either of those two?
Not
Or
that
is
I
it?
know of.
And
Alright.
What'd you say?
I'm kind of spacey and dumb. Am I? Can I hear this conversation?
Where are you?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Are you just like
we left. So can I just recount for Dylan the way I've interpreted how things have gone? You followed Fracus, myself, and Darhana for a little ways out of the keep, or through the keep, to where Paraxon's being held. I pointed out that you were following us, then you fucked off.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just fucked off, like, slightly out of the room. I just didn't go in with you. And then when everyone left, I just followed someone. I mean,
I mean,
standing there outside his cell. I don't know what's happening.
from what you could gather, I would say that you could tell that while Darhana and Fracus may not be completely open to your company, I had no problem. So,
Sure, I guess.
if you were following me, then I guess, yes, you're there.
Well, beautiful. Now that that's settled, I mean, how bad is the northern tower? Because I am kind of small and also very good at climbing and being stealthy and light-footed, you know?
It's not necessarily the...
Because if they walk in it actually might collapse on them.
But I'm not a guard. I weigh, like, as much as a paper.
I'm worried less about...
Just with faith.
1,000 pounds of stone.
I
For
am...
us when we try and repair it.
I am worried more about what's in the room than than the tower falling down on top of us.
Well, okay, I put in my intent.
You did. It was insightful.
Fuck you.
Okay. So,
Alright.
you can either try and look for that, or, go about your business.
Let me see something real quick. I need to. Oh, I did, and I love it. Okay. Oh, it's just I might have the spell fly prepared.
Oh yeah, I remember you were talking about that.
Cool.
So,
That doesn't make you weightless.
no, but it lets me not put my weight on things.
True. Don't hit anything. That'd be funny.
Hmm.
Antor.
Hmm.
I would like to point out that I am now speaking in Draconic at this point. I have a question for you.
Okay. I say in Draconic.
Can you do me a solid and check out this weapon I got that I think you would be the kind of person to check out? I need some. Hopefully, you can give me some information on it.
He
I
gives you a gold hilted black dagger.
I could do some. Sure.
That would be great. Thank you.
Nah, no, don't know anything. Sorry.
Well, that's
The guy with the bandages. You want to take that to him?
guy with bandages.
Yeah, his name is Piotr.
He's the one with the robo pussy.
Yes, he's the one with the robo
Didn't
pussy.
expect that.
Oh my god.
Well, off to find bandages and robo pussy.
Probably at the tavern.
Sweet. Go in there and
Yep.
have a nice day.
Nah.
Awkward because I'm also going to the tavern.
Well, then we'll just walk together. This is
Oh.
awkward.
That awkward situation just happened.
Yeah.
I love
It's
that.
like, bye! Okay, so I'm also going where you're going. Anyway, so we arrive at the tavern.
I'm unconscious at the tower.
Yeah, you do.
Die.
Nothing else to do.
Oh, shit, up at 50 gold.
I'm actually not.
Ah.
No.
not
Down
in
50 gold, yeah.
No, I'm just gonna leave
So,
it.
you clearly see Piotr. He's
No.
just.
I'm in bed.
No. No, he's in bed.
Was he in bed, or did
I'm
his
legit
cat
in
go to
bed.
bed and he slid off the back of the cat and is crumpled up in the bottom of the steps?
Nah.
Literally.
I would assume your cat doesn't like stairs much.
No, definitely does not. No, you know what? No, I take it back. Not, at least not at the moment. That was more a joke from earlier. But I think like I hit that. I think we got to the stairs and was just like. So I'm probably just sleeping in like a really pouty pose, just leaned up against it, like next to the stairs.
We'll carry him upstairs when I head upstairs.
Can I like poke him awake?
Do it.
Hey, bandaged friend.
What?
First of all, love your pet.
Have the goggles
Just wanted to say, first person, great stuff there. Wondering if you could check out this item I have and tell me if you might be able to find some stuff out about it.
What is the item?
It's a fancy knife. I think you use it for cutting vegetables.
Are you? Excuse me. Did you walk over also to be in this conversation?
I've been with
He
Cleves.
was with me.
Like, we walked in together. Not that you would know that because you were out cold.
Well,
After saying that, though, I walk over to the bar and get a drink.
I do know its name if that would help. I do know its name.
It wouldn't, but what is it called?
It's called Whisper.
Oh, yeah. These things always have terrible names. Or sorry, not terrible. I meant to use the word cliche.
So terrible.
That's about what I would expect something like this to be called.
So, what
Okay,
you doing with it?
Alright. What the fuck do you think? I take it and I take my little 10 minutes to do my identifier ritual, which, luckily enough, does not require any sort of check.
Yep, it just happens. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you into Whispers because I want to use Whispers for once.
For once.
Yeah. He totally didn't spend like a whole first half of a session in there.
Nah, it was like 2 minutes.
I have no idea what happened for the past like 20 minutes.
So
I think I forgot the whole night.
Instead of as a question, just as a statement.
he asks it like a question, but he's also like smacking him in the face with a turkey leg.
Yeah. You want some food? Yeah.
I'm gonna look over the two of you and see that you were obviously in a drinking contest.
Yeah. I'm just ready.
I just smelled the turkey leg and I made a disgusted face and didn't.
I kind of poke Icarus.
I whisper,
I
but
saw
not
I
actually
saw
whisper.
at the air.
I whisper to Ontor, but not actually whispering, like, he went flying, in like an actual, just regular voice.
Cool. I can fly.
No, but like, he had wings, and he was just flying, and he was flying.
Hey barkeep, do you cut these drinks with anything? Oh wait, yeah, Joe's not here. we'll get back.
Conveniently, we were all alone in that drinking.
Conveniently, the barkeep is in the back room and not able to answer my question.
Quick, steal some liquor.
He was literally missing the whole drinking one. So yeah, after a natural one in a Constitution save, I do not want food.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
So,
So
see,
what?
you guys have been having fun.
Yeah. Just drinking.
What were they identifying? I missed.
Oh,
Dagger,
little guy's got a knife.
named
Oh.
Whisper.
Yeah.
So,
He had me look it over, but I didn't know shit.
I imagine it's pretty similar to...
It's exactly the same. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's a weapon in like canon.
Yeah, it for people here that aren't Dylan, because he doesn't watch Critical Role. Matt did have this as a vestige, but it is an actual artifact in the D&D lore. That's one of the things that he didn't like homebrew. Is
Yeah,
A number of the
it's an
artifacts.
actual artifact from D&D.
yes.
Okay.
However, it's obviously different from the actual one because I like,
He made it slightly different
Of
to avoid copyright.
hmm And also because I like being different.
Fucking
Your special
hipster.
snowflakes.
That thing.
Twister.
Right on
Twister.
play when you try to make a
He
public
says that.
when you try to make a publication that involves money being exchanged for it.
That's literally what I say when I'm unconscious. Twister.
Whisper.
Also explaining copyright.
Exactly.
I got an here out of the law book that I saw a few nights back. No, not really. I'm still unconscious.
Okay, so that's up to you guys. I'm pretty sure we're done for now, unless you guys want to keep going and get to the point where you're in the room. It's up to you.
I don't know, go
So,
as far as
I'll-
possible.
So
It-
someone had to leave for.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah, in like 20
20
minutes.
minutes I have to leave.
Basically, I'm thinking it's going to be a bit of an involved process getting through the North Tower,
Yeah.
so we may as well just cut it here.
Yeah, so I'll have told everyone whether they remember it in the morning or not. we will see. But Paraxon's situation, and that we're gonna be dealing with it in the morning.
I'm going to be telling mostly drunkards that we're gonna have to go through the North Tower to go fix him. The really crappy one that might fall in on us.
Oh.
Okay.
Because he's not actually in hell.
That's good.
So
Good news. That's good.
that is good news. The bad news is we have to go tussle with a demon in his lair. So, not demon, devil.
Devil.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Finally, it happens to me. I get the lawyered. It's about damn time. I've been rules lawyering and all sorts of bullshit,
Yeah, we have.
but you've just
Other people have as well, but you know.
yeah. I think I've been the most
So I do
or
need to ask a question of all of you. Did you have fun tonight?
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Yes.
I was really impressed with the fact that I got to roll really high and learn things that the cleric probably should have been better at. Granted, we were both playing to our skills, so we're actually on even footing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's why I'm ending this thing.